Hey everybody, Marriage Ranger here, speaking to you from the heart of the Lone Star State of Texas. Thank you for joining us today. If you've been tuning in for a while, you know that this channel is dedicated to real talk about relationships, marriage, and personal growth, especially from a biblical point of view. Today I want to dive into something a bit more specific, the challenges of being married to someone with a melancholy temperament, a quiet person. This can be one of the toughest yet most rewarding temperaments to live with, but it comes with some unique struggles. If you're married to a quieter, more reflective person, stay tuned because this one is for you. People with this particular temperament tend to be very introverted and introspective. They're often deep thinkers, highly creative, and they have a strong sense of justice. You might find that your spouse loves their alone time and they're content with solitude. They're likely the kind of person who can sit for hours working on a project, whether it's art or writing or crafts or just contemplating life. You think, how and why is this person doing this? Don't you get bored? Don't you get tired of being alone? Haven't you had enough already? With all that creativity and depth, though, comes another side, the tendency to be self-critical and hypersensitive to criticism from others. And people who have this temperament often carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. They feel so burdened and so emotionally traumatized by the simplest things in life, and it's hard for them to handle it, and it's sometimes hard for the people around to handle them as well. So let's get into one of the biggest challenges that you might face being married to someone with this temperament, and that is blame. You see, melancholy personalities are highly sensitive people, especially when it comes to feeling like they're being blamed for something. Even if you didn't mean anything by it, even if you thought it was an innocent remark, if it gives them the impression that they're being blamed for something, that they're being accused, they take that as an attack. If they think the finger is being pointed at them, they will react strongly to that. Now, ironically, melancholies can be some of the most critical people out there. Yes, they're very sensitive to criticism, but they're also very critical of others. Not just others, but themselves. That's why you could say they live in their own prison of sorts. And that's where all of this sensitivity comes from to begin with. They're already living in a mental space of self-blame and oftentimes self-hatred as well. When someone else, especially someone close to them, like a spouse, brings up some kind of criticism, even if it's small, it can hit them very hard. For instance, saying something like, "Hey, can you take out the trash already?" might be perceived as, "You're a lazy person. You absolutely won't do anything. You don't pull your weight around here, and you never care about anybody but yourself." Now, you didn't have to say those things in order for them to be conveyed in the message that you said. They're already beating themselves up internally. Your words, however mild, are like adding fresh salt to an open wound. In contrast, most people might brush that off and they might think, "Oh, that's just a small critique. Who cares? That's your opinion. Doesn't bother me. Think what you want." But for a melancholy, they've already internalized the blame and magnified it exponentially. That's why this is so detrimental to relationships. So what do you do when you're married to this quiet, sensitive person, this person who's very sensitive to blame? Well, first off, it's important to recognize their internal struggle. You're not there in their brain, only they are. And they aren't just being dramatic or oversensitive, they're living with this constant, hypercritical internal dialogue. Understanding this can help you respond with more empathy and patience with them. Don't get on their case when they react strongly to something that you said. Just breathe, relax for a few minutes, and then think about what you're going to say that does not imply any blame. Instead of delivering criticism outright, try approaching things in a gentler, more constructive way. By including yourself in the task, you're helping them feel supported rather than singled out and attacked. It's also important to create a whole environment where they feel safe enough to open up about their feelings. Melancholies have a lot of strong feelings. You may think from their quietness that they don't, but trust me, they are very, very hypersensitive to feelings. They are feeling themselves all the time deep down inside, but they have a difficulty in expressing it. The melancholy partner doesn't speak up much, but when they do, they need to know that they're going to be heard and not judged or ridiculed. That is the most poisonous thing possible. But it's not all challenges, right? There are so many strengths to having a melancholy partner in your life, and these things should not be overlooked. Because of their reflective nature, they often think things through very deeply. They are not too rash. They don't make decisions right away, which means they're very thoughtful. They're intentional in the decisions that they make. Their creative side can be a beautiful artistic element to the relationship. And let's not forget their strong sense of justice. They are the ones who hold tightly to what is right and fair and true, which can be a great guiding principle in your marriage, especially when you're working through conflicts together. So I just wanted to make this short video today to help you think about these things as you're dealing with issues or as you're thinking about the relationship that you have with your melancholy spouse. Being married to a melancholy temperament comes with both challenges and rewards. They're deep thinkers, they're creative souls, they're people who care about doing what's right, but they're also extremely sensitive, and it doesn't hurt to walk gingerly around them so that they don't suffer any further from the blame that's going on inside of them. As their spouse, your role is to understand where that sensitivity comes from and support them in ways that help ease their internal struggles and relieve the self-blame and the heavy weight they're carrying. Remember, every marriage comes with its own set of challenges. What matters most is how we approach them, and the way that we ought to do so is with love, patience, and understanding. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If this video resonated with you, or if you have any personal experiences or tips for navigating a relationship with a quiet or hypersensitive partner, please leave a comment in the description below. And if you haven't, just hit that like and subscribe button. Stay connected for more content on marriage and relationships here on the channel. As always, if I can help you with your marriage questions or concerns, go ahead and reach me directly by email. My email address is in the description, and I really look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, this is the Marriage Ranger, helping you navigate the beautiful complexities of marriage, one step at a time. God bless.